Hello, stamping friends. Brenda Hillard here at createwithbrenda.com. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am located in north central Minnesota. Anyway, I have customers from all across the United States, and if you are looking for a demonstrator, oh gosh, I would be happy to help you. I try to provide excellent customer service. And I just want to mention too, it is still celebration going on until the end of the month. So just 28 more days to celebrate. And I am still looking for 2 new team members, a minimum of 2. I'll take 20 if that's the case. But some great, it's a great time to join Stampin' Up! It's always a good time to join Stampin' Up!, but right now there are 3 join options. Option 1 is for $129. You can get the the exclusive Boho Blue Mini stamp, cut, and emboss machine, which is a $63 value, plus your choice of $175 in product for just $129. So check that out. If you want details, I'd be happy to chat with you. You can reach me by commenting below or PM me your information. I would love to get in touch with you. Also, there is option 2, which is the regular white Stampin' Cut and Emboss Mini. Again, a $63 value, plus $175 in your choice of product for $129. Or if you already have a mini and you're not interested in another mini, you can join for just $99 and pick $175 in product, and that is here in the US. So if any of those options are interesting to you, please reach out. I'd be happy to talk to you. And like I said, I am looking for a minimum of 2 new members this month. All right, let's get going here. 28 days left to celebrate. So if your list is long, remember the join option. And let's talk about today's project. I'm opening up the 2023 January to April mini catalog, and is what we're going to be focusing on with today's project is on page 36. It is the Marigold Moments bundle. This stamp set is gorgeous, you guys, and I have a really fun project for us today. So let's start with that. What I have is a scrap of thick Whisper White cardstock. And then I also have the thick Whisper White card base. This measures 4 1/4 by 11. I'm going to bring in my trimmer, and I want to score this at 5 1/2. I'll put all the measurements down below in the description. You can check them there. So I'm scoring at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to slide this over, and I'm going to be using this 1/2 inch mark right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 6 cuts at the 1/2 inch mark. So I've got 1, 2. Sorry, I am getting a really bad reflection off my window, but I'm so happy to see the sun today that it's like, okay, I'll deal with the reflection, right? There's 4, 5, and 6. All right, so now I'm going to put my trimmer away. And I've got my score line, so I'm just going to fold on my score line, and you can see I've removed 3 inches from the front flap, okay? So next is what I want to do is I want to take one of our strips, and I'm going to bring in the sentiment that says, just wanted to say, and that comes from the Country Bouquet. I just love the font and I love that little saying. So my color palette today is going to be Pear Pizzazz, Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, and then I have the Memento Tuxedo Black. And that's what I'm going to use right now. So on one of the 1/2-inch strips, I'm going to ink up my sentiment. I want to bring in my foam mat because I'm using photopolymer. And I'm just going to stamp this in the center of that 1/2-inch strip. So there we have that, and I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to bring in another sentiment, and this comes from that same Country Bouquet, and it says, I love that we are friends. So on the inside, underneath this 3-inch, well, this would be 2.5 now, I'm going to stamp our sentiment right here. I love that we are friends. Okay, so there's our sentiment. Now I want to bring in my Daffodil Delight, the Pumpkin Pie. It's kind of amazing to me how similar the Daffodil Delight and Pumpkin Pie pads look. And then I have my Pear Pizzazz too. All right, so in the Marigold Moments bundle, seriously, I cannot get enough of this stamp set. There's a solid for each, and then there is a detailed stamp for each of the flowers, okay? So is what I want to show you is we're going to take the small solid, and I'm going to ink that up using the Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to stamp it just to the right of our inside sentiment. Then I want to take the detailed stamp and ink that up with Pumpkin Pie, and I'm just going to stamp that right on top of our Daffodil Delight. Can you see how gorgeous and detailed that is? Ooh, I just love it. Love, love, love it. I better put my black ink away before I have something in the black ink. Now let's take this small stem, this one right here, and I'm going to ink that up with Pear Pizzazz. And it looks like I've managed to get ink on it, but that's okay. I'm just going to turn this to the side and stamp our stem right across. Let me get my sand eraser here and see if we can get rid of our little splotch of black ink. And I think we did. All right. I'm going to set this aside. Our card base goes to the side for just a minute. And I want to bring in a scrap piece of the thick Whisper White. I'm going to do one more of the solid with the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to do one more of the detail with the Pumpkin Pie, and then I want to do one more of just the stem separate like that, and then I want to bring in our large, just the flat stamp, our background, and we're going to do that in the Daffodil Delight. So there we have that. I'm going to bring in our detail, the big flower, the big marigold with pumpkin pie. And I want to stamp that. Pow, aren't those gorgeous? Love, love, love them. And then I'm going to bring in this big stem with our pear pizzazz. Okay. So that will be all of the stamping that we need for our beautiful card. All right, I'm going to take this over to my die cutting machine and we will die cut those. And is what we end up with is this, whoops, dropped it, this, and that. Okay, I don't know where it teetered off to, but it did someplace. I'm sure I'll find it when I sweep my floor. But let's start the assembly process here. So this is a split front card, but it's very different than any split front card I've ever done before. And to tell you the truth, I don't know that I've seen, I personally saw this on, it was an Instagram account of somebody's, and they were doing it on like a gift bag, but I thought, what a cool card this would make. So I'm going to take a piece of the low tack, it's called wall safe tape, and I'm just going to hold that down right here on my placemat. And then I want to take a little piece and then a longer piece. And is what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the sticky side of the tape up, and I'm going to put, well, I'm going to put sticky sides together. So this side isn't sticky, but this side is, okay? And I want to just put that right on the edge of my flap to hold it down. And then I'm going to lay this across and put sticky sides together again. And is what that's going to do is just hold my card base in place, all right? Now I want to take one of the 6 strips, and I'm just going to line this up with the very bottom of my card, and that sticky piece in the middle is going to hold it in place. Then I'm going to take my sentiment piece, and I'm going to space that, I don't know, maybe about 3/8 of an inch to a 1/2 inch above, matching up my edges. I'm going to take another one and kind of put that, I only am eyeballing maybe 1/4 of an inch from our flap. And again, the sticky tape there is holding it in place. And then my last one, well, I shouldn't say the last, but the 4th one, I'm going to just kind of center in between, making sure that my edges are matched up, okay? Then I want to take my liquid glue, and I'm going to put a dot on the flap and then a dot on each of our strips on both sides. And I'll show you here in just a minute why. Okay, so now I'm going to take one of my 6, I have 2 remaining. I'm going to give this about a 1/2 to a 3/4 inch lead on the top flap, and then I'm just going to press it in place over my strips, okay? Same thing here, 1/2 inch to 3/4 and press that in place along the strips on the left side of the card. All right, while that's drying, I'm going to take the big marigold and the multi-stems. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat. I want to add some adhesive just to the tops of those stems. And then I'm going to set that big marigold right on there. I want this little leafy piece to overlap. And then I'm going to take my liquid glue again and just do just a couple small dots of glue to hold that onto the marigold. Flip it over, and with my Stampin' Dimensionals, I'm just going to put dimensionals on the very top of this marigold with some Stampin' Seal on the stem. Okay, so now is what I can do is I can set this up in here. I can put my stem and my big marigold. Oops, you know what I forgot to do? Oh gosh, you guys, I didn't take my backings off. It sticks a lot better if you take the backings off your dimensionals. Ha ha. I'm just going to set that right on here and add my marigold. All right. I don't know where I'm getting those little smudges of ink, but somewhere on me. All right, then for this piece, I'm going to add some Stampin' Seal to the very top points. I'm going to lay my little marigold on top. I want to add one dimensional on the flower, and then I'm going to add, whoops, I want to add some Stampin' Seal just on the stem here. Okay, so this one I want to kind of tumble down almost like it's just like going rogue a little bit there. And then let's start picking this up. I'm going to take off the low tack tape, and I'm just going to carefully peel that up. And then this one I can lift up, and when I lift up my card here, I want to be able to undo my tape, and with it being low tack, and we put just that little edge on there, I can lift this up and then remove my tape. Okay, so now we've got this. I'm going to bring in my scissors, flip it over, and I just want to cut off the excess strip that's helping hold our split front. So what do you think so far? Kind of pretty, huh? I think so. All right, so now is what I want to do is bring in, and I don't know, give me 1 minute. I think I put them away, which, how unusual that something got put away in my craft room. All right. I shouldn't say that because I really do just kind of clean everything once in a while because, man, I take out a lot of stuff when I'm creating. All right, I'm just going to grab a mini glue dot. And you guys, look at these beautiful. I've used them before, but these are the dragonfly trinkets. They are so detailed and so pretty. I'm just going to have it like right up here like it's flying off. So what do you think of my picket fence, my trellis, whatever whatever you want to call it. And then I love that we are friends. But hold on, friends. We aren't done. We are not done yet. Remember the rule here, right? At Create with Brenda. So let's one more time bring your stamp pads in. We're going to give a Daffodil Delight background, a pumpkin pie, detail. And I don't know if I told you this or not, but I did create this card for a spring themed demonstrator swap. So I was pretty excited about the card, and I hope that they are really excited to receive this card. Add my stem, and voila. Now my envelope is just as beautiful as my card, is just as beautiful as the inside. I hope you'll give this split front technique a try. I'd love to see what you create. If you would like to post it over on my Create with Brenda Crafters page on Facebook. I give away monthly prizes for using my hashtag. And of course, the hashtag for this month is hashtag February 2023. Until next time, bye for now.